Number 1, which trigonometric ratio is defined as adjacent leg over hypotenuse? So if you'll remember SOHCAHTOA, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent's opposite over adjacent. So here is your opposite over hypotenuse, so the trig ratio would be cosine. Number 2 is asking you for the sine of A. It's not asking you for angle A, so it's wanting that ratio, not the angle measure. So you're not going to use the inverse on your calculator to calculate the sine of A. So here's your reference angle A. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so here's your opposite side, here's your hypotenuse side. So your sine of A is going to be 7 over 25. Now, if it asks you to leave it as a reduced fraction, then 7 over 25 would be your answer. This is asking you to round it to the nearest hundredth, so when you do 7 divided by 25, you get 0.28. And that is a terminating decimal, so there's nothing to round. Number 3 is asking you to find the sine, the cosine, and the tangent of angle A. So it's not wanting angle A, it's just wanting those ratios. So first thing I'm going to do is label opposite. This is adjacent, this is hypotenuse. So the sine of angle A is opposite over hypotenuse, so 10 over 26, which reduces to 5 over 13, but it's asking you to the nearest hundredth. So we're going to round that, and that gives us 0.38. The cosine of A is adjacent over hypotenuse, so that's 24 over 26, and that rounds to 0.92. And then the tangent of A is equal to 10 over opposite over hypotenuse, which is 10 over 24, and that rounds to 0.42. Now, number 4, it's wanting to know which of these expressions would you use to find AC. So we have two options depending on which acute angle we use. If we use the 23, then this would be your adjacent side. So that would be cosine. So we could say the cosine of 23 is equal to AC over 7.8. That's one option. The other option is to use the 67. If we use 67 degrees, this is your opposite side. So that would be the sine of 67, and that would be AC over 7.8. So these are our two options. And if you look at your choices here, they use the tangent of 67 and not the sine of 67. So we can rule that one out. We also have the sine of 23, not the cosine of 23, so we can rule that out. And we have the cosine of 67, not the sine of 67, so we can rule that out. So C would be our correct answer.